Ho, 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 ho. Merry motherfucking Christmas. You understand me? What's good, y'all? Y'all that got up with y'all boy Hook at Catch the Hook TV. Tonight's reaction is gonna be about a triple murder that occurred. I forget where it was. I'll be dropping it in the description and all that. But this story was deep, man. It was a lot of craziness going on with this case. There's a lot of craziness going on with this case. So I thought I'd jump up here and do a reaction as Santa Claus. No, better yet, as I ain't even Santa Claus. I'm the big homie elf. But anyway, let's get into this, man. Merry Christmas to all. You know, it don't look like these boys gonna have a merry Christmas. These boys about to be incarcerated, and that motherfucker slammer. And the bald head dude don't give a fuck about being in jail. His story deep. I'm gonna do a reaction video on him tomorrow, y'all. It might be live, it might not, but I'm gonna do a video on it. Let's get into this shit. And for all the people that come in here later, man, hit like, share the video, comment, talk shit, troll me, baby, troll me. All you little ho hoes and Merry Christmases. You know, let's get into this shit though. I'm gonna get him the floor. You know, get him the floor.
To discuss. Let's talk a little bit about how you know different people here. How do you know Jacory?
Good.
And were you all very close?
Yes.
What sorts of things would you do with Jacory when you were here?
We used to hang out. We used to go find different females to hang out with.
Anything else y'all do together?
We used to
I'm sorry, you got to speak up so they can hear you.
We used to hang out. We used to smoke. We used to.
I still can't hear you, and if I can't hear you, no one else can.
We used to play sports. We used to find different females to hook up with.
And did you all grow up together? Did you know him for a long time?
Yes.
And what was his life like?
Yeah. He was homeless for a while.
And so, as a result of his homelessness, how would he get by? What sorts of things would he do?
Yeah, we used to steal out of people's cars. We used to sleep over at a friend's house.
And what about you? Did you have people to live with here in town?
Yes.
So how old were you in 2016?
15.
When you were 15, do you remember how much you weighed or how tall you were?
I was about 120 pounds.
So how did you meet?
A little quick backstory, man. These dudes, him right here, is another dude that's sitting in there. All of these people went out one night and thought they was gonna be out there snatching souls. You know, 9 times out of 10, they probably thought they was gonna get away with it, or was hoping they was gonna get away with the shit. Either or, but they got caught. You know, as soon as they got caught, this dude right here, he was the first one to take the bait. He was the first one to squeal. And if you ask me, he don't show no signs of no sympathy. He don't care about nothing that's going on. It seemed like he only got one focus, and that's getting free, getting this deal that the police got for him on the table. It don't pay, man, to do crimes with other people, man. I'm telling you, everybody's not gonna live up. You know what I'm saying? To the terms and conditions y'all had. Like, Motherfucker gonna switch up on you, man. Quick, fast, and hard.
How did you meet Larry?
At school.
And did you meet Maurice at school as well?
Yes.
And did you become, what was your relationship with them?
We're the same as Corey. We used to go link up with different females. We used to hang out.
Was there anybody in town that you were closer to than the three of them?
No.
And
Tell her.
do you recognize Mr. Rhodes in the courtroom?
Yes.
And what did he go by as far as you know?
Rambo.
And how did you
Rambo.
meet Rambo?
Maurice and Larry.
And before we get to,
Judge, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that response. Can you repeat that, please?
Through Maurice and Larry.
how long, when we get into May of 2016, how long had you known Rambo for?
Couple weeks, 2-3 weeks, month.
So how many times had you met him before the night of the first shooting?
I don't know.
Damn, what's wrong with Cuz back of his head?
So tell the jury, how did the idea of a shooting happen
Hold on, G. Hold on, swole up.
before the night of the
And
first
damn,
shooting?
what happened to the back of Cuz nugget? It looked like somebody beat his ass, Cuz. I ain't even gonna hold you. But dude, right here, his backstory, man, dude, something else, man. I'm gonna do a video on him. Watch how he talked to the judge, spit on his lawyers, firing his lawyers. Like he do something else right here. He manipulated them young dudes, man, to become some steppers. And now they in court stepping all on his ass. Ain't that crazy?
I don't know. A couple.
So tell the jury, how did the idea of a shooting happen?
We was in somebody's backyard. We was all smoking.
And I must slow down a little bit. Who's we?
Me, Corey, him, Maurice and Larry.
Okay. And what happened?
We was all smoking. He said that somebody got some money in their head and we just need a gun.
That's what Brice said.
We need a gun.
And just to spell it out, what does that mean? They have a price on their head and we just need a gun.
We get paid to kill somebody. We just need the gun.
Man, y'all gotta check this young dude out, man. The way he telling this story, he damn near got me convinced he capping. I mean, he telling the truth, but he ain't telling it all. You know what you get what I'm saying? Like he halfway stepping. He looked like he don't give a fuck. He looked like one of them little motherfuckers. Yeah, as soon as y'all let me out of jail, I'll be back at it like a crack addict. Straight like that. I don't know. I could be wrong though, but this should be crazy, man. When I first seen this shit blew my mind. Check him out, man.
Now, at this time, do you know approximately how old Rambo was? Was he older than you guys?
He's way older than us.
I'm sorry?
He's way older than us.
Yeah. Was he bigger than you all?
Yes.
Was he the one that was coming up with the ideas?
Yeah.
So, how old
Judge,
were...
objection, that calls for speculation.
Man, he don't care about how Rambo feel or
Oh,
nothing.
violent, overruled.
How old were Maurice and Larry then? Do you know?
Like 15. Around my age.
Okay. So when he first proposes this idea to you all, do you think he was serious?
Mhm.
When did you decide that he was serious?
The night we actually did it.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that. When what?
The night we actually did it.
Thank you.
So, how was a gun acquired?
Corey bought the gun.
That back and
And
forth edge.
when Corey bought the gun, did he know what the did everybody know what the purpose for the gun was, or was it just a coincidence?
Everybody knew what it was for.
All right. Had you ever done anything like this before?
Mm-mm.
Were you nervous about it? Well, what was your feeling about this?
I wish I wanted to get paid, but then I'm on the fence. It could have went either way, either or.
At that time, what did you think would have happened if you would have backed out? Did you think about that? Okay.
He wasn't thinking about backing out.
Judge, was there a response to that question?
You nodded your head no, correct?
So let's get to the
Wasn't thinking about backing
day
out.
in May. You all get together.
What y'all talking about?
How did you first get in touch with
He on demon
the
time.
group that day?
We had like me and Corey. He had went over his grandmother's house. While Maurice and Larry, they was at home. So then when we was gonna get dropped back off of Maurice and Larry's house, they was already gone.
Okay. How did you get around in those days?
Yeah. We used to walk, we used to catch rides, people used to drop us off, bikes, everything.
And at that time, did Rambo have a car?
Yeah.
Did you have a car?
I ain't have a car of my own.
So who was it that drove you around that night?
Q.
Q. And how do you know Q?
Q's Corey's cousin.
Man, it almost seemed like they be thrilled to tell their story. Like he telling this shit with ease. He ain't showing no signs of remorse. He ain't showing none of that. Only thing he doing right now is just trying to make sure he get that deal that's been offered. But then on the other hand, dude that he telling on, he is very older. And he is real live menace, like cutthroat. Don't care about nothing. I'm gonna do a video on him too, man. Dude lightweight something else, man. No wonder the back of his head look all skinned up. Somebody that whooped his ass up in that bit. Straight like that. He even got into it with them there. Every lawyer. He'd have had like 4 different judges. Man, this shit deep.
So and we're talking about 2 incidents, so it's easy to get confused. Talking about the first incident, there was a night where you had a
how you
truck.
doing, Miss Lady?
The night of
Good morning.
of the hit, right?
Good night if you on your way to bed. But how you doing, baby?
And that was that in order to carry this out, or you were just driving a stolen truck?
I just had a stolen truck.
Okay.
I
So
appreciate
what
you
was
stopping through.
the plan for that
I'm
night?
a very small time right
And
now.
we were supposed to-
I'm working.
So we was in the backyard again. And you feel me? We all linked up. And you feel me? We went from the south to the west. And you feel me?
And how did you all know where to go?
I was just following behind.
Okay. So you're following a car. What's the car?
What is the fastest way to make $5,000 to $10,000 a month online without starting a business, without investing?
Go ahead, you know.
Car
make
that you're
the best of
following.
it.
There's a light blue
This
Mazda.
crazy. This story right here is something else.
And who was in that car?
Larry, Maurice, Bryce, and Corey.
And where was everybody seated in the car?
So Maurice is driving. Larry in the passenger seat. Bryce in the behind Maurice, and Corey on the other side.
And who had the gun?
Shit. Bryce.
And who knew who the target was?
Judge, speculate, cause for
Right.
speculation, Judge.
I'm going to sustain that.
How did you all know where to go?
Shit, I was just following behind.
This is a story about a triple murder that happened between a couple young dudes and an older dude named Bryce. I guess when they was younger, 14, 15 years old, he manipulated them to go out and kill for money. You know what I'm saying? He told them somebody had some money on their head. And the little dudes, you know, they young, they're impressionable. Especially from an older dude they look up to. You know what I'm saying? Got street fame, street cred, all that weak shit. So they went for it. He turned them into some monsters. He just forgot monsters don't got no limits to who, you know what I'm saying? Anybody get ate. So now what's happening is they got caught. Two of the dudes they did the crimes with was two young dudes too. And they killed them, thinking they was gonna tell on them later. But they eventually got caught. You see, we watching him in that jumpsuit right now, snitching and shit on some singing shit. But he now he telling on a dude who he claimed did it all and manipulated them to do it. He trying to cut a deal with the Popo. I know his last name Carter. I forget his first name. But the backstory about the dude Bryce, oh my God. I'm talking about serious. I'm talking about he the real cutthroat. He's spitting on his lawyers, threatening the judges. He'd had like 4 or 5 different judges, 2 different lawyers. Man, he's something else. I'm gonna do a story tomorrow. Not a story. I'm gonna do a video on him tomorrow. I'm gonna try to piece it together real smooth so it's interesting and you know what I'm saying, people really engage in it. You know, I don't really do the lives and the videos and shit, but I'm trying, you know. Yeah, it's crazy. No, hell no, it ain't here in Toledo. Hell no. I know too many people in Toledo. If this shit was in Toledo, I really wouldn't pick. I'd probably pick the story up, but I wouldn't be, you know, because I probably have some type of close ties to a cousin, uncle, or whatever. But hell no, it ain't in Toledo. I think it's I want to say Louisville, but I think I'm wrong. Or Kentucky or some shit like that.
So how long did you all drive around?
30, 45 minutes.
For real.
And what did anything eventful happen during that time? So
Shit, besides murder.
besides what?
Besides murder. Besides somebody getting shot.
Yeah. Okay. So you're driving along. The car in front of you stops around 41st Street.
Something like that.
Stops somewhere in that area.
Judge, may we approach?
Sure.
Yeah, it's crazy. He that's what I said, man. What the fuck? He telling comfortably. And if you pay attention, he looking at everybody in the courtroom right in the eye. He letting them know. He not worried, man. These young dudes be fucked, man. I ain't even gonna say they fucked up. They
Does
touch.
the car in front of you stop?
Yeah, stop.
They bother.
End of the block.
And what happens?
I heard somebody say, "You got the street, bitch."
And I'm sorry, but we got to have you enunciate clearly so everybody can hear. What was it that happened?
There was
I
another
heard
one.
somebody say, "You got the street, bitch."
Real remorse though.
The shot went off.
Like you could tell he might have been faking
Who was
it,
the somebody that said
but he
that?
at least
Right.
tried to show it.
Could
Dude
you
right here,
see Bryce at that time?
man, he don't give a fuck.
I didn't see him, but I know where he was
He's
positioned.
just trying to get that deal.
Sorry, please repeat.
I didn't see him, but I know where he was positioned at.
And you heard or saw the gun go off?
Saw it.
Was it inside of the car or outside of the car?
It's like his arm was dangling.
And who was he shooting at?
Somebody in the street.
Had you ever seen that person before?
I am.
Did you
On
know
there,
anything
I'm
about
gonna start
that
going
person?
live a lot.
No,
Did that
I like
person
this live shit.
talk or engage anybody?
that I know of.
Was
It
he
just- I had to
facing the
make
car or
a-
facing away from the car?
A decision
Facebook.
within myself, man. Do I want to do this?
And
or do I want to
after the gunshot, what
this,
happened?
Miss Kodak?
Shit, we peeled off. Then we had like 5 to 8 houses down, and he shot at somebody's house.
See, he shot the gun more.
Yeah,
And what did you do?
just driving.
You just continued to follow? And where did you go that night?
So went back to Maurice and Larry's house.
Was everybody at Maurice and Larry's?
Mm.
What'd you all talk about?
And
Do people talk about the
He
shooting?
don't care.
no,
He don't
Why
care.
not?
that ain't how I talk. That ain't how I get my problems up. That ain't how I express my problems.
So you don't talk about stuff like that after it happens?
Just let it go.
Why do you not talk about it?
Just let it go. Just
Did you expect to get something as a result
Yeah,
of
man. My dude
participating
is
in
real
this?
savage, man. Somebody get him a straight
yeah, I want some
jacket.
money.
And how was that supposed to happen?
So you're supposed to break us off,
And who was supposed to break it off?
right?
How was that going to happen?
We didn't get that far. I just knew he's supposed to break us off. Supposed to get the gun. He's supposed to break us off.
Murder for hire.
And when you say break us off, you mean share the
Taking
money.
minors to do crime. Killing 2 of the minors. Man, do something else. Man, they about to cook his ass. They about to cook his ass. The best thing they can do for him is give him the death penalty. And I know they ain't gonna do that. That's too easy. They about to cook his ass. They about
So
to
did he give anybody, did he end up giving
Trillions and
anybody
trillions.
money as a result of that?
billion years. They about to stroke his ass.
Instagram takes up too much time. What I'm about to share with you is how my team and I shave off hours of sales and customer support time, plus how we get crazy click-through rates of 15.
How do people feel
And they
about that?
about
How
to
did you
get
feel about it?
on, man.
Shit, they really could.
You didn't care that you didn't get
And
paid?
they both telling the
I
same
didn't think he
story.
got
The
paid.
difference is the other one showing remorse.
Were other
Dude
people
right here,
upset
he
about
don't
not
care.
getting paid?
He don't give a
Objection.
fuck.
Calls for speculation.
He like, nigga, it is what it is.
If you know, you can answer that.
I don't know.
Okay. What did you end up doing with your, did you do anything with your truck that night?
We burnt it.
For sure,
And
Miss Koda, for sure.
Why did you burn it?
Shit, he said in case it was on like camera or something,
And who's he?
right?
And so how did you burn the truck?
We put gas in it, then on fire.
I would have kept the camera on, man, but you know I'm over
Were
here.
you
feeding
ever
my demons
around?
on Facebook to try to hit me.
There was a phone call that you overheard between the boy's mom
on
and
YouTube
the
to
defendant,
try to
right?
hit me with the flex, you know.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And you could hear. What could you hear? Where were you?
Shit was over. Was over. Was,
Objection, hearsay.
What was the
I'm
question?
asking where he was when he overheard this phone
What
call.
did you hear?
Okay, don't say what somebody else said. If you want to re-ask the question.
Who was talking on the phone?
shit, it was Larry and Maurice's mom and Bryce.
It was who and Bryce?
Larry and Maurice's mom.
Larry and Maurice's mother? Okay, thank you.
And what was the tone of the conversation?
Larry and Maurice is the two teens that they killed. Well, they claim Bryce killed them, but then after they was dead, he made them stab them, so they could feel like they got their hands dirty. And that's some movie shit, man. I seen that shit on a Snoop Dogg movie. What that shit was called, Bones or some shit. A Snoop Dogg movie. He was a vampire or some crazy shit. Yeah, this little nigga been watching TV. Bad. That's some movie shit. Man, y'all all was in there poking on them little niggas, man. Flat out. And the kind of dude Bryce seemed like he is, man, he ain't doing all that shit though. He making y'all get dirty right now. Right now. Ain't no afterword. Cause he's savage. He don't give two fucks. He might get an insane plea because he dude fried. I'm gonna do a video on him. But I'm gonna have to take my time because dude's something else.
It was about the shooting.
And when did this conversation happen?
Yeah. Whenever Maurice had told her about it.
Was she angry?
Objection.
You don't want to come up?
There you go. The busted head nut. Somebody beat his ass in there. He wasn't even that swollen in the other videos I seen. He was a little thin nigga. But crazy. But look at him. Look, he don't give a fuck. He ready to quit coming to court so he can go chill. Somebody beat his ass, man. That boy, back of that boy head looked like his shit was cracked open like an egg. That's like the fifth lawyer he'd have had. One of the lawyers quit because he found out the two kids that they was on murder, in court for murder on. He found out that he was close friends with their grandparents, either their grandfather or grandmother. So he quit. And he was talking shit. They was getting into it with each other. Dude,
All
right
right.
here,
So now
he on some calm shit right
let's
now.
jump forward to the night that you were talking about on the 24th. So on the 21st, late night, how were you traveling around that night? The truck's been burnt. How were you traveling around?
Shit getting dropped off.
Okay. And so who was dropping you off? And
On the 21st, I don't remember.
Okay. Earlier, when we were confused about which night we were talking about, you said that Q was driving you around.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the night that we're talking about.
Okay, yeah, Q dropped me off.
Okay. So Q is dropping you off. Who's with you?
Me and Corey.
And where does Q drop you off then?
Drove us off over his house.
At Bryce Rhodes' house. Had you been anywhere together before his house?
Yeah.
Where'd you go to?
First one of Maurice and Larry's house. They was already gone.
How did you know they were gone?
We walked in the house.
And they
It was already gone.
weren't there?
So we called them.
Okay. So where'd you guys get dropped off at?
Over his house.
Over at his house? Had you been to his house before?
Yeah.
Who else? What time of day or night is it?
It's nighttime.
Nighttime? Who's at the house?
Just what? Larry, Maurice, me, Corey, him, and like 3 other people.
He got all minors.
Who are the other folks that are there?
Good night, Miss Kodak. I appreciate you so much for pulling through. You know, just popping
I don't
through
know.
and saying, hey, what's enough for me, baby?
Had
I
you
appreciate you more than you
you've
believe.
explained the people
Learn
that
how
you
to
know
make
that
you a
were there?
moderator.
Had you met
too. I'm
Tyron
gonna make you a
before?
mod. But good night,
Tonight.
Miss Kodak. I'll
Just
tune
then.
in tomorrow. I'm gonna do it earlier.
And there was another person there that you didn't know?
Yeah.
And you don't know who they are now? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that.
So tell me what was going on that night.
We was all smoking, drinking. And then you feel me? Larry and Maurice got into an argument. Not Larry and Maurice, but Larry and Corey got into an argument.
Was it common for people to get into arguments when you all were hanging out?
Yeah.
And what happened with this argument?
Maurice grabbed a knife.
Okay. So Maurice picked up a knife. Did he wave it at Corey?
Yeah, I ain't gonna say he waved at him, but he picked it up in an aggressive manner.
And what happened next?
We take it from him and he smacked him.
You say he, do you mean Bryce Rhodes?
Bryce took it from him, he smacked him.
How did he take a knife from him?
Because he went to do that with the knife anyways.
And what, can you describe the knife?
It was like a big combat knife.
And
Bryce in there smacking on.
what
me.
did Bryce do after he took the knife?
He's like he gonna violate him.
Okay. Bryce is going to violate Maurice. And can you explain in general terms, what does it mean to violate somebody? What's that term mean?
It really means like inflict pain. Like he could have just hit him in the chest. He could have did a range of things.
It's like a disciplining of the person.
Yeah.
So did that alarm Maurice? How did Maurice respond?
He was gonna go with it. He thought it was just gonna be a punch in the chest.
And why would he go along with it?
That's his big homie.
I'm sorry?
That's his big homie.
Oh. So is there a time where you
I
That's
just want
his
to make
big
sure.
homie.
Did you say because he's big? Yes.
Hold on, bro. Hold on, Your Honor. Hold on, y'all. He said he'd go along with it because that's his big homie. Man, somebody say these little niggas, man. Fucking what? Big homie. if you my big homie, that's why you shouldn't be putting your motherfucking hands on me. I mean, in the moment you cross over into that lane, see, and in Ohio, we different, bro. All that, you my big homie, man, you ain't gonna put your motherfucking hands on me, especially not in that fashion. We not even letting the nigga convince us to go do shit that sounds stupid. No way. I make my dumb decisions on my own. I ain't letting another motherfucker walk me into hell, man. It ain't, no, bruh. Hold on, y'all. What's going on? Y'all tripping, bruh. Get these, what my dude Black Gotti say, man, get these little niggas some milk, man. They extra spicy out here, man. What the fuck? Because that's his big homie. You boys facing triple murder. Because that was y'all big homie. Man, cut it out. He looked like Spot 'em got him or something. And these be the kind of little niggas right here, man, that in real life see you and do that thing you do.
All right. So is there a time where people in the house separate from Maurice?
Yeah. We put both of them in the bathroom and we took a vote.
Both who?
Larry and Maurice.
They're in the bathroom. And where are you guys?
Living room.
And what happens in the living room?
We took a vote.
What's this vote on?
If they should die or not.
If they should die or not? Who's calling the vote?
Brice.
Right.
What was your vote?
I'm the one that said no. Everybody else said yeah.
He the one said no.
Did your vote win? Did your vote win? Did you think about what would have happened to you if you tried to leave at that point in time?
I had nowhere to go. He lived too far out.
So what happens after the vote's taken? What happens to Maurice?
He put a sock in his mouth, tied his hands behind his back, and put a hat over his head.
And where did he do this?
In the living room.
And what happened after that?
He started hitting me in his chest at first.
With an item, with his fist? How was he hitting him?
We hit him in the chest with a fist first, hit him like 3-4 times. And then Tyron passed him the knife. Then he started stabbing him.
So Tyrion handed him the knife. Was he making a noise?
He couldn't. He had the sock in his mouth.
Was he trying to make noise?
Yeah.
How many times did Bryce Rhodes stab him?
So I don't know.
Where did he stab him?
The torso, out up here.
Was he standing up or was he on his knees?
He was on his knees.
And he stabbed him in the chest?
Chest, stomach, over in the general area.
In the what area?
In his chest, in his stomach, all on his torso.
Did he stab him other places?
I don't know.
How long?
We are always going to be connected.
And you'll always be my best friend.
All I need is one.
How long did this go on for?
Until he stopped breathing.
Shit, bro.
Do you have any idea the time?
I don't know.
Even if this little
Was there
nigga
a lot of
lying,
blood?
why you put your
Where was the blood going?
In the carpet. Carpet and sheets.
Last thing we need in the community.
Were the sheets
Nigga
set
like-
out to catch the blood?
Yeah. Sheets was really there to move him.
Who got the sheets?
Shit. Brice.
And where did he put them?
Shit, like we had dragged Maurice by the door, and then you feel me, bring Larry out.
Now, these guys are your best friends, right?
Yeah.
What are you?
Man,
What's going through your
ain't
mind?
your best friends, nigga.
So I get out.
What's that?
I gotta make sure I get out. Try to save somebody else. Make sure I'm safe.
And what would have stopped you from getting out?
Probably if I ain't go along with it,
What would have happened?
probably been with him. Probably same situation, same fate.
All right. So they bring Larry out of the bathroom. Does he have? When does he get the sock?
He already been like, he had the belt, he had a hat, he got the sock. He had the sock when it was his turn.
Okay, when you say he had the belt, what do you mean?
His hands was already tied behind his back. He had a hat over his eyes, so he couldn't see.
And he had a sock in his mouth?
He got the sock when it was his turn.
Was he making noises?
That's it. He started making noises when he started getting stabbed.
Was he on his knees?
Yeah.
Did he know what had happened to his brother?
No.
Was there blood in the spot that he was at?
Yeah.
Did he respond to that?
Yeah, he started like trying to kick everything off, get his hands untied, get his hands free and stuff.
Was his brother making any noise at that point?
My brother already did.
So how many times did he get stabbed?
I don't know. A lot.
Who was stabbing him?
Shit, he stabbed him until he was dead.
Brice did?
Yeah. Then we passed the knife around.
Who did he pass the knife to?
He passed it to me.
Why'd he pass you the knife? They're both dead, right?
Yeah, both dead, but shit, he said, so we all gonna be in it. So it's on all of us now.
So you would participate?
Yeah.
So what did you have to do with the knife?
Nigga, you watched that in a Snoop Dogg movie, boy. No, this shit crazy though. Brice, you a piece of shit, man.
I stabbed him.
Who'd you stab?
Larry.
How many times did you stab Larry?
Like 3.
What'd you do with the knife?
She passed it back to him.
What'd he do with the knife?
She passed it to somebody else.
Who was the next person up?
I don't remember.
Where was Jacory?
Corey was right there with him. Corey's in there.
Was Jacory handed the knife?
Yeah.
Before or after they were both dead?
After.
Do you know what he did with the knife?
He stabbed him a few times.
Who'd he stab?
Larry.
Your best friend, huh?
All right. What's the next thing that happens?
We put him in totes. You feel me? Took him and like with him, Rice, Tyron, and somebody else. They were supposed to take him to like a abandoned house and burn the bando.
The 3 older guys were?
Yeah. They're supposed to take it to a abandoned house and burn it.
And when you say totes, what most people know, but what's a tote?
The little thing that you put clothes in.
Like a suitcase?
No, not no suitcase. It's like a like little things that you put the like Christmas stuff in.
Like a bin?
Yeah, bin.
So their bodies got put in a bin. The plan is the 3 of them are going to go get rid of the bodies. Do you help carry the bin? How did the bins get down?
We all helped take it to the car.
And which car was it you took them to?
To the Sky Blue Mazda.
And Did you help load the bins into the car?
Yeah.
Did you see the inside of the car?
Yeah.
Do you remember? Was it a normal looking car?
It was a regular car.
Damn.
So the three of them are going to go do this. What are you and your cousin supposed to do?
Jail,
Stay
motherfucker.
back, clean the blood up. Scrape the blood out the car.
And how was it decided that that's what the two of you were going to do?
There wasn't no room in the car.
I'm just going to say this straight up. Do not start a business in 2023. Now, you might be saying, what the heck is this guy talking about on the internet? Well, I want to give you 5 reasons why everyone is ditching the idea of starting an online business because of this new untapped side hustle where you can literally make a full-time income, if not more, online without starting your own business. Let's talk about it. Reason number 1 is the competition in all these other online businesses. If you look at things like Amazon FBA, drop shipping, affiliate marketing, they've been around for a really long time. If you think affiliate marketing, it's been around for like 50 years. And because of that, it's just the nature of the game that you're going to be competing with a ton of other people. I mean, tens of thousands of people at this point. The cool thing with this new side hustle, you don't have to worry about any of that. Reason number 2 is there's no expenses. And I'm about to save you a ton of money right here. Most gurus aren't going to be upfront with the fact that having a business comes with having to pay money to actually run the business. You need capital for ads. You need capital for inventory. You need capital to pay your team for software. It's everything that comes with it. I mean, when I had my agency, we were doing like $80,000 a month. After all expenses, paying the team, all those different things, I was only taking home $4,000 a month.
All right, boss.
No bueno. Way lower. In a world of business.
Well, and prospect profile.
Yeah.
So they left. You're up in his living room. Did you think about leaving?
No.
Why?
Because I knew he was going to drop us off eventually.
So what was the process for cleaning up?
So we had some bleach. We just scrubbing the floor.
What were you scrubbing the floor with?
Rags.
How long did it take you to do this?
We went from that night to like next morning. We didn't go to sleep.
So you worked through the night cleaning it up? And how long after did Brice come back to the house?
Yeah.
How long was he gone for?
He's gone for a while.
Did he say anything about what had happened? Did he help you clean up?
Yeah.
Once you all had the house cleaned up, what's the next thing that happens? What do you do with the stuff?
We took it to various dumpsters.
Okay, so you hopped in a car. Which car did you hop in?
We hopped in the blue one.
And where'd you put the stuff?
Stuff in, which means we put the stuff.
So the stuff you cleaned up, did you put it in? How'd you carry it out of the apartment?
Put it in the bag.
Okay. And then the bags, you put them in the car?
In the trunk.
In the trunk area? And one of you all was in the front seat? Where were you?
Front.
Okay. And then did somebody sit in the back seat?
Of course.
So where'd you go in the car? And who's driving the car?
Brice for driving the car.
All right. And where do you go to?
We went to like different dumpsters and set the dumpsters on fire.
Why different dumpsters?
Just to spread the evidence.
So it seemed like spreading the evidence was a good idea at the time.
I was just in the car.
So did you end up, so stuff gets dropped off, it gets burnt. How was the stuff set on fire?
We put some gas in the dumpster and then on fire.
And then drove off? Where'd you go that night?
And I went to Park Hill.
And what was going on in Park Hill? Where'd you go?
Shopping train.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, so it was over. So I was trying to trade shoes.
Okay. What were you wearing the same clothes that you had on earlier in the day?
Yeah.
And so you're changing out of those clothes? Who's giving you clothes?
I know people.
And did you end up with any items that belonged to either Maurice or Larry at the end of that night?
Yeah, I had some shoes and I had the phone.
Okay, whose phone did you have?
I had Maurice's.
And why'd you have Maurice's phone?
So I picked it up
Where'd you pick the phone up?
at the house.
And were you able to use that phone?
Yeah.
What time was it when you were done for the night, when you were back? Was it all through that Saturday? Was it, or all through that day? Was it late afternoon now, or was it nighttime?
It's like late afternoon.
And did that phone ever ring?
Yeah.
It did? And who was on it?
Different people. I was using the phone. I'm calling people.
Was there anyone related to Maurice or Larry that called you on that number?
Yeah, his mama called.
And who did she want?
She was asking where they was at.
What'd you tell her?
They was in the stove.
And what'd she say to that?
She said, I'm calling.
Were you worried about what she was going to think at that point? So what'd you do with the phone?
She kept using it.
And then later on that day, did you get a visit from somebody?
Yeah, U.S. Marshals.
And what happened?
She got booked. They took me in for questioning.
What were you thinking when that happened?
She was panicking.
And had you not thought about the phone might be traceable?
As if I even know you can do it.
You didn't know it? Because how old were you then?
15.
Okay. So that night, do you talk to police?
Yeah.
And do you end up telling them what you've told the jury?
Yeah.
And do you have a plea agreement with the police that night, or is that something that happens later?
Something happened later.
So you told what happened before you had any sort of deal?
Yeah.
So after you did the cleanup, after you went to the dumpsters, after you set the bags of stuff on fire, what'd you all notice about the car?
Shit. It had blood in the back seat.
And so how was that handled?
Cut the back seat out.
And who cut the back seat out?
Rice.
What did he do with the back seat after he cut it out?
We put it in the back of somebody's garage.
Was it somebody you knew?
And the person.
Is it somebody that he knew?
I don't know.
I don't have any further questions.
Damn, cuz. Little Carter then went on that bitch and told it all, cuz. Damn. But that shit crazy, though. I just want to say, I'm hoping that the message can get to you, brother. But Bryce, you a real piece of shit, bruh. You got these little young ass niggas running around town thinking they some steppers, convincing them they was gonna get paid to do a hit with you. Didn't give them no cheese. Then you was bullying them. Yeah, man, you ain't shit, bruh. And you gonna one day you gonna have your day, bruh. But you's a real ain't shit. You the worst motherfucker to have in the community. Yeah, I'm talking about dude. Y'all see dude right here in the corner, the bald head motherfucker with the little dark marks. Man, somebody bust this motherfucking toupee wide open. This shit was, man, that boy had a band-aid on that bitch. Somebody could crack this motherfucking egg open, man. But that's fucked up, man. R.I.P. to the two little dudes who lost their life. They wasn't as innocent as we would like to believe because they was out committing murders and all type of extra shit with these motherfuckers. So they ain't just off the, they ain't off the hook, but they were still kids, man. If you can convince them niggas to do some devilish, dumb shit, you could have convinced them niggas to do some smart, wise shit. You chose the opposite, bro. But that's it for tonight, man. I'm gonna do a story on Brice bald head ass tomorrow, man. Tap in, man. Catch the Hook TV, or you can catch these motherfucking hands. You understand me?